Welcome back once again here at Let's Talk World Exclusives. And I hope you guys enjoyed the past 2 days of interviews, exclusive interviews with Joseph Escoda and Mike Vegas Darton. And today, my next exclusive interview is a beautiful woman who is a Las Vegas singer and entertainer. He is a dance music recording artist in the late 80s and performing on every private and corporate events here in Las Vegas. Please help me welcome my very good friend and adorable woman of Las Vegas, Daye.
Hey, Maria, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good. I'm so happy to be here.
Me too. I'm so happy to have you on my show, and we're gonna have an hour of your story, Dana. And our main objective is to actually inspire other out there about your story. Are you ready?
I'm ready. And you look beautiful. I love your pink, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You too. You look amazing as usual. You're just an adorable a woman that I adore so
You
much.
feel the same.
Well, anyways, one of the things that you don't know about Dana Day, she is our sound engineer and Let's Talk World and our executive talent coordinator of Vegas Live with Ninon, which we recently take over the production of that show, and it's making a big noise because of Dana. Thank you so much, Dana.
Ah, thank you. Well, I'm trying to connect with a lot of the people that I've met here in Vegas and know that they're very talented and get them on the show. So I'm glad that you're noticing and it's making a little bit of a difference. But you already had great people on already. I didn't mean it like that, but
Oh no, you actually bring in so much value on social media shows. I thank you so much, Dana.
you're welcome. The Jets,
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. But
Johnny's.
anyways, how did you know? How you found out about the Jets?
How did that all happen with the Jets?
Yes.
Well, I met Johnny Stewart before, and so I contacted Johnny Stewart to see if the Jets could be on Ninon. And then I asked him if I could give a couple tickets away on the morning show. And then he suggested that they come and join us. And the rest is history.
I know, right? They love you guys. They love you and Mike, and they love the show.
They want to come back, they said, whenever we want them, every week if we want them.
I know, right? But anyways, Dana, tell me about the time that you moved from San Francisco, right? San Francisco to
And
Las Vegas.
go. Yes. Well, I used to work in cosmetics for many years, from about 2000 until about 2019. So, what, 19 years? And selling skincare and all that. So, I transferred with my job at Neiman Marcus at the time, selling. I was the manager of a brand called Joe Malone. It's a fragrance and body care line. And I transferred to San Francisco and moved here and bought a house. That's what brought me here. But I'd been singing, but I wasn't really singing. I was just working and trying to make
What
a.
year was that?
2009.
Wow. I was in Hawaii at that time. So how's the transition? Did you ever move from your life before?
Never.
Never. So it's your first time moving out, huh?
Yeah, I'd never. I probably would have stayed there the rest of my life in the Bay Area. And I know a lot of people, they grow up, they go through school, then they get married or whatever, maybe don't get married, but they move away. But I was just there raising my two daughters because I got divorced when they were little. So I just worked, and that was very unusual and not like me to move away.
Wow. That must be scary.
Well, it was. I just needed to know how to get to Fashion Show Mall, to the Neiman Marcus, and how to get back and forth. And I just worked for years. I just worked and took care of my house, and and then I sold the house in 2014 and moved back, and I transferred. Now at this time I was with Nordstrom. I was a skincare specialist. So I went to Nordstrom, and it was things were starting to go up, and I had sold a house with a pool. I couldn't even rent an apartment there. Everything was so expensive, and I ended up coming back about 6 months later, and I started singing after I got back into my singing, which I'd always loved.
So,
Because in the Bay Area, oh, go ahead.
what age were you started singing?
Well, they told me I sang in the crib. My
Oh,
grandmother would hum to me or sing to me, and I'd hum back. That's what they tell me. As a
you have a great voice, by the way. It's just
you,
amazing to listen to you every Wednesday. And
you.
it's just I just can't stop, kind of like whoop. I'm doing my kind of moves every time you're singing, and it was
I
amazing.
do. Yeah.
So you were actually singing since you were young, and how's so you actually working at Neiman Marcus,
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
I wanted to tell you about the singing more because you had asked me
yes,
when.
that's so
So,
you were at Neiman Marcus, and then you transitioned back to singing.
yes.
What
But I
made you what made you do that?
coming back, and my friend was singing as a Tina Turner, and I said, I want to sing with these people. So I picked a name out of a hat. I said, Patsy Cline, and I started doing that, and I did that for years. But when I was little in seventh grade, I started playing the guitar.
Oh
And
wow!
yeah, I played the guitar, and I ended up doing a bunch of shows. I'll be right back. Just give me one. I'm going to grab my guitar. I don't usually do this. I'll be right back. I don't play the guitar anymore, but I still remember some guitar. But I played the guitar. Let's see. I played the guitar in seventh grade, and then I played all over San Francisco in shows, and I was in talent shows in my school. So I would play, and then I was singing as a teenager a little bit. But in my 20s, I started to get into groups, and then I made the albums. So it's kind of that transition. But yeah, and then I would work. So I did songs like the olden songs like Hello Darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping. Anyway, I haven't played for so long, but
Oh my God, that was amazing. I wish I could strum those guitar. I can't.
yes, and I
Those
have
are actually
a
fun.
picture right here, so that was not a good thing. So, but anyway.
So what places have you been performing and here in Las Vegas before?
So when I came back, I was in a duo, and together in the duo, we did the Samstown variety show. We did a variety show at the Silverton. We did parties, and then once I was out of the duo, and I'm a member of the Las Vegas Mass Choir. I've done lots of corporate events. I've done different private corporate events at people's homes by myself, all over. There's just so many places. I sang at a restaurant called Bella Notte. I sang just all over, and I'm actually talking with a friend of mine who we're not going to say anything yet, but we are talking about getting a name, and the two of us start to get out. So
Wow. So you
after
are
I'll
starting
say
on
what it is. It's Katie Monroe. She just left before we started this. So we're in the talking stages of trying to get maybe like the cigar bar and maybe a place in Boulder City and maybe small casinos as a duo. So that's
Katie I love Katie Monroe. Oh my God, Katie Monroe. If you just look, if you just actually
if you look at
just listen to
tall,
her, think about her name is just for me is the biggest star ever. So I
yeah,
love you, Katie. But
yeah,
anyways, so being a performer, Dana, that I know that a lot of people who have passion on something, and your passion is entertaining others. How that feels when you are on stage, making giving so much joy to everybody's heart or whoever is listening to you, because that's how I felt every time I listen to you. It's like, oh, I am so sad right now, but then Dana is singing and I'm like, holy cow. So
yeah.
how that
Thank
feels? Is that
you.
fulfillment, satisfaction? How would you
Yeah,
explain?
singing is very for me. It releases your feelings. Like if I'm sad, I sing. If I'm happy, I sing. If I'm anything, I sing, and I like to just really feel the words of what I'm singing. So it just feels good to sing. It's like medicine. It
It's a
makes you
medicine.
feel good, and
It's just
I
it's just like your go-to medicine, huh?
it's my go-to medicine.
Yeah.
I love it, and I there's nothing else. Some people are golfers. Some people like to play tennis. Some people, they like to gamble. My favorite passion is singing. I
So,
love it.
anyways, um, of all the things that of all the places that you perform, did you only perform in Vegas or you perform outside and
No, in
Vegas?
San Francisco, I performed in my 20s. I started doing open mics and I was singing with a friend in his shows, and I got booked into the top cabaret club in the whole city. And I was nominated for Outstanding Female Vocalist in the mid 80s.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So it was the Cabaret Gold Awards, and I sang at a place called the Plush Room in San Francisco. And I was doing little clubs. I just went out to sing, and I got asked to do this and that and this and that. So I did that. Then I started making the albums, which are still posting on YouTube to this day. They're called High Energy. They would be considered club music today, and house music. So I did albums like that were played around the world. People contacted me from different countries, Mexico,
Wow.
Poland, Italy, because they'd see the music online, and then they would want to reach out to me. And a couple of them, when they posted them, I said, "Hi, I'm the singer," and they couldn't believe it. And then we start talking, and people have found me because of those albums. A professor in Reno, he was doing some sort of a book or I don't know what it was, a research about dance music of the 1980s. And I came at the very end of it. I wasn't really in when it was all happening. I just recorded when it was kind of the end. And then the music came back again 20 years later, the same music. But I'm in a couple books. One's called Tribal Rights. It's about the San Francisco music scene. And then again, it's some kind of a music theory or study, and I gave a lot of information to the author. I think he was a professor. I don't remember now, but people will reach out to me, and then I think, is this real? But they are. Some of them are real.
Well, you are a very approachable person. You love to help others and you want to put out yourself out there, and that's really very impressive.
Thank
It's
you.
amazing to have people like us who other people can go to and say, hey, I need help on this and I need help on that. And one of the things that I totally love about you is you came in and said, Maria, I can be a talent coordinator. And I was just smiling. And up to this day, since day one that you become a talent coordinator of Vegas Live with Ninon, is you just bringing so many people. My question to you is, how do you find yourself, you're an entertainer, you know so many people, and plus not only that, but it has to, you have to be to have that personality which you have, so genuinely, is that how you
Thank
pronounce
you.
it, genuinely?
Genuine person,
Yeah,
sincere,
sincere. And
like humble and honest.
yes, so how what are the biggest struggle for you, finding people? I know you don't have, I believe you don't have, because you just constantly working and getting so much people, but is there any struggles that you going through for
I
that?
haven't really had any struggles yet. I just contact the people
Because
and
they love you.
I don't know, I just call them up and say, hey, we'd like to have you on the show. And then I ask if they're available and if they have any questions or they concerns, I cater to that. I try to say and do what they need to be able to comfort them and make it very easy for them. But I
Is
haven't
being,
had not one problem yet.
being on the entertainment business, do you think that's a plus?
Yes, definitely it is.
And they see you everywhere too, you're right.
Well, I didn't go out a lot because of the pandemic. Before that, I was out. People would say, "You're everywhere. We see you everywhere." And then when we had the shutdown of where we were all in, I thought, "Why did I go out so much? What was I doing out so much?" So then when people started going out again, I'm out, but I'm not out like I used to be. I'm being careful still. You have to be careful. I don't want to
I
get.
know. But anyways,
Yeah.
Dana, this
Yes.
part of this first segment of this interview, I created, or I prepared random questions that I would like to ask you. I'm not putting a handcuff for you to answer. It's up to you if you want to answer it or
Oh,
not. Can men ever know what a woman want?
ooh. Can men ever know? I think so. I
You think
think
so?
men, it depends on the man. Some men are very intuitive and tuned to women's needs. So it's hard to find a man like that. They're far and few between, but I'm sure they do exist out there. I'm sure they do. Yeah. So, but not that many. Or
Not that
maybe
many.
sometimes they think that they know what you want. Really, they're clueless and they have no idea.
Yes, I agree with
They're
that.
wrong.
Question number two. Should we kiss with open or with closed eyes?
Closed.
Closed eyes. Why?
Ooh, you're asking some good questions, Maria.
These are
Closed.
random questions.
Well, let's see. If you're kissing and your eyes are open, I mean, you could do it either way. Either way. My answer would be either way. Yeah, but closed, I don't know. Then you're kind of getting into it more. Send a
Is,
man over and I'll kiss him and I'll
I
tell
know,
you.
I kiss everybody.
Yeah.
Is sex before marriage wrong?
Hmm. Well, never has been for me so far, but now if I was going to get married, I think it would be nice if you could wait and wait for that. But that's just a way of seeing if the man really wants to be with you, or if he just wants sex. If you give him sex before marriage, then if you're looking for marriage, it could kind of change things. So if you want to get married and you want to make sure that he marries you, you could say no. And then if he leaves and he wasn't the one you wanted to marry, if that's what you're looking for. So for me, I've never waited for marriage for sex, but now I'm very careful because so many diseases and stuff. Like, I just don't think it's safe to go out and just sleep around. So, did that answer the question?
There's no wrong or right answer for these questions. It's
Yeah,
just random, yeah. Are long distance relationship um, worth it?
I did that once,
Does it worth it?
2004, and
Does it worth it?
it was worth it, but I wouldn't do it again. I don't want to date my phone. I was thinking of dressing my phone up in little outfits, taking a nice walk on the beach with my phone, putting it in the seat belt of my car. I had an imprint of my phone on my face. No, oops, I dropped my water. Excuse me. No, I would rather date somebody in person.
Is online dating good or bad?
For me, it has been good that I've met a few, but I don't like it anymore. I took my profile off all single sites. I'd rather just be single and meet someone and living my life than be on a dating site. Because you see all the same men, and I have friends who said, "Oh, did you talk to him? I talked to him too." And they cut and paste a paragraph and send it to every woman that they talk to, and I'm not into it anymore. I did think it was fun in the beginning when it first started. I thought this is fun. Now, not into it at all.
Well, are men with beards more attractive than clean shaven men?
I like clean shaven, but I don't mind a beard. Maybe the little thing right here. They do that.
Should people date?
Wait, Maria. If I met a man who had a beard and I was attracted to him, his beard would be okay.
I
I
have
could
somebody for you.
later.
I have somebody for Dana. But anyways, should people date a partner much older than themselves?
Should they?
I have no clue.
My husband was 6 years younger,
Oh,
and but I have dated men that are 15 years older, and I like more mature men.
so do you think a woman who is dating a younger person should be called what yeah cougar?
A woman dating a younger guy should be called a cougar. Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
yeah.
Well, that's the name they give them,
Yes,
so they could say it.
I could
Yeah,
say it.
going for a younger guy, cougar. You cougar,
Cougar, you're a cougar. But
cougar.
anyways, Dana, has been this is just the first part of our interview. It has been really fun so far. I
Yeah,
just want to actually touch something from. So you grew up in San Francisco, correct?
correct.
Uh, I love San Francisco. I love that part of for the part of the west side. But I don't want to live there. But anyways, so you before before you actually you were living with your mom. Is that correct?
Growing up, I had my mother, father, sister, brother, and we grew up on the peninsula. We moved down from San Francisco to Daly City to San Bruno to San Mateo.
Wow, wow! You have a lot of moving that has been done,
Well,
huh?
my parents were getting bigger houses. My parents met in
Are
kindergarten.
they performer?
No, my
Oh, I see.
father. Well, my mother sang with Johnny Mathis in high school, and she could have been. That's probably where I got it.
Oh, nice.
But
Well, anyway, anyways, Dana.
well, you asked about my parents.
No,
I
I'm gonna ask that
uh,
actually because I know that there is something that's really amazing about Dana, and I wanna talk about one of the famous people that she knows when she was younger, and when we come back, Dana will talk about that person. So please don't go away. If you want to actually see the second part of this interview, please go to socialmediashows.com and go on the Let's Talk World or LTW exclusive on our website, and you'll be able to see who actually is the person close to Dana,
Very famous person, by the way.
very famous
Very,
person.
one of the
Yes.
most famous.
Yes.